What's up, Steeler Nation? And yeah, the NFL draft just concluded, and the Steelers walk away with 7 new players to add to the roster. Excluding the UDFA's, but they drafted 7 new players, and I'm just gonna go break down my thoughts about them, my opinions on how they did, and give you a grade for their draft. So let's just go pick by pick. I'll go each one, and I'll give you my thoughts about each one. All right, and we'll go pick number one right now. Kenny Pickett out of Pittsburgh. Um, I already did a video on it, so if you want to watch that video, go ahead. But that was just an instant reaction thing. Looking back, I'm happy. I'm really happy that they did it. I think Kenny Pickett has the highest floor. Obviously, they even stated that they thought that he had the highest floor, and I do agree with that. And yeah, Kenny Pickett is going to be very solid with his team, especially with the additions they made to the skill positions, and I'll get to that later because I'm very excited for those guys. But yeah, Kenny Pickett is I think you can't go. I think he's gonna be really good. I think you can't really go wrong there unless Malik Willis or someone else turns into an absolute star and Pickett stays around average. I think this pick is amazing to me, and I really enjoy the pick. Um, you know, for what the Steelers are wanting to do, I like the pick. I like what they did. I think Kenny Pickett is a good quarterback. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. He's big, has a good arm, can run. I mean, he has all the traits you need. So and he obviously was next door. He worked in the facility that the Steelers practice in. So yeah, that's Kenny Pickett. But I want to get to day two because day two was amazing to me. I think that was probably the highlight of the draft because pick 52 we get George Pickens, wide receiver out of Georgia, and this one might be the biggest steal when we look back on this draft. It could be one of the biggest steals in this entire draft. George Pickens is a first round talent, but he fell to 52. For other reasons. It wasn't really football. It was an injury and then some character concerns, but that doesn't worry me. I mean, George Pickens is an amazing receiver. He can catch. He literally has everything, all the tools, everything that you look for in a receiver. George Pickens has. I want you to look him up. If you don't know much about him, look him up, please, because he's a highlight reel, man. He makes contested catches look easy. He is fabulous route running. He's tall, he's big, he's fast, and it just has some great hands. He catches a lot of contested catches. Has nice, he tracks the ball really well, and all that. And he was a 5-star recruit in high school. Not that it means that much, but it's still there. And he was on Georgia's team that won a national championship this year. He fought his way back from a torn ACL to play in the national championship game. He had a big catch in that game. And also you see as he has that wide receiver one mentality, if we're gonna be honest. He is that kind of, he's an alpha, let's be honest. He's an alpha. You see, videos of him punching DBs and stuff, just being, one of those kind of guys. And blocks really well as well. He's a willing blocker. I just love this pick. We needed a wide receiver. He's our wide receiver. And now you got the Pickett to Pickens connection. That's gonna be fun for a few years to dissect, and hopefully it works out well. And then with the third round pick, we got Marvin Liao, another great pick in my opinion. DeMarvin, we needed to get younger on the defensive line. He is a monster. He can play on the edge. He can play inside. Just needs some more consistency, but he can sit for a little bit behind Tuitt, behind Olodoku, behind Cam Hayward, and just develop. I mean, he is a freak athlete, has all the tools. He has a lot of pass rushing tools in his inventory that he uses in college. And he was, again, a 5-star recruit. Tomlin said it doesn't matter. I say it doesn't matter, but it's there. And he was actually projected to go top 10 before the season started, 2021. He was projected to go pretty early in this draft, and he fell all the way down to the third round. So we'll see what happens there. I mean, he is very talented. If the Steelers can tap into that, we'll be looking nice. Now let's just move on now to the fourth round pick. Another great pick to me, and this rounds out like a very dynamic offense. And now we went into this draft. The offense was like mid. It did not look that great. It was like pretty mid and meh. But now coming out of this draft, I am very excited for this offense. We got Calvin Austin the third out of Memphis, wide receiver. He is a little bit shorter, a little bit lighter, but blazing fast speed. Like 4.3. I think he ran the fastest or like second fastest 40-yard dash by any receiver in the combine. I am very excited with this pick. Like, it makes our wide receiver room that much better. It makes our offense that much better. It allows us to do more things we want to do. And I mean, I think this really sets Pickett up well. I mean, he has so many weapons now. Calvin Austin can play in the slot. I think that's probably where they're going to put him if they want to play him next year. He's probably going to play predominantly in the slot, maybe some punt return, kick return. But I like his separation. I like his speed, obviously. I think he can be a nice gadget player. We'll see what the Steelers do with him. And it's really putting everything to Matt Canada. Matt Canada really has no excuse to fail unless like the entire team gets injured. We have we're on our fourth string receivers, all this stuff. That's the only excuse I'm gonna give Matt Canada. He should have no excuse to have our team be successful, at least the offensive side be successful. We have too many playmakers now. And Calvin Austin just adds to that, and I'm very excited to see what happens there. And now we go again to another offensive weapon in Connor Hayward, younger brother of Cam Hayward. I mean, this is another. I keep on saying this is a good pick. I really like this draft from Pittsburgh. I think Connor Hayward. I mean, he fills a good need for the Steelers. Special teams, can be a fullback, can be a tight end. I can see him having a role immediately on this team. He might make a few plays his first year, and then we'll see what happens then, because I think Derek Watt's contract will be up. The brother of TJ Watt might be replaced by the brother of Cam Hayward. That'd be kind of weird, but again, another solid pick. And I'm excited to see what he can do now. He's paired up with his older brother. And we'll see how that dynamic goes. And now in the 7th round, we got Mark Robinson, linebacker, former running back. He was a walk-on at Ole Miss. And I think that he's explosive. He's basically a 7th round pick. He's a guy that you want to develop. You want to see how good he can get. He's very, very raw, and has that chip on his shoulder. Walk on at Ole Miss, started later on in the year, and earned his spot. So I do like that. I think he's gonna be very, very solid for us. And I think that's my opinion on Mark Robinson. So now, the final pick is another quarterback. I saw a lot of people getting a little confused by it, but I'm not. I kind of expected this a little bit. Chris Olodoku. And Chris is another one of those guys that has that walk-on mentality, I think he transferred with three schools in his time. I think he started, I don't remember where he started off, but I know he finished his career South Dakota State. But he's another guy. He has tools that Steelers can work with. Nice arm. Seems like he's liked by others. And the Steelers said they wanted 4 quarterbacks, and they did. Now they're gonna have 4 quarterbacks at training camp. What does this mean for Rudolph? I know some people are thinking that he's gonna go, and that honestly might be true. They might get rid of Rudolph. I won't count that completely. I won't say that that's completely crazy, as I don't think he's that great. Rudolph is that great, and he gets paid a lot of this $5 million against the salary cap, and I don't see how he's going to be higher than QB3 on this team going into next season. So we'll see. Maybe they can get some value out of Rudolph. I don't know how the rest of the league values Rudolph, but yeah, I think Olodoku has some tools, nice arm, can run, be a good scout team quarterback, probably a good backup quarterback for this team for a few years. And I like the move. Um, so that's all the Steelers picks. I'll be going over some UDFA's later on, but if I had to grade this draft, it's definitely high to me. It's a high grade. I'd go around B plus to A minus. Kind of wish they addressed safety and or cornerback somewhere, but they didn't. But at the same time, they also got really, really good on offense. They added some really nice weapons on offense, so I'm not going to really complain about that. I really think that this could be one of the better drafts that we've seen the Steelers have, and it's Kevin Colbert's last draft, and yeah, Kevin Colbert goes out with a great one in my opinion, and I'm thankful for Kevin Colbert. I'll miss Kevin Colbert as the GM. But yeah, man, I think that's about it. That's gonna wrap up what I think about the Steelers. Let me know, as always, down in the comments. Like the video, subscribe, do all that stuff. Share it with a friend, share it with a family member, and yeah, take care, everyone.